right, we are back with another episode of Beyond the Wall, and I'm really excited to play again because this is a lot of fun. Before we jump in, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll pass it on over to Yaz. So starting with top left, which is me, I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, many of which are tabletop related. You can find out about that with my link tree, which is right there in chat. And then, sponsors before I go into the info about Mare. There's our sponsors there in chat, Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Fundamental RPG is the system that Animus and Water run on, if you've caught those shows here on the channel. And the official release for that was just a couple of weeks ago. So you can pick up a PDF copy at coffee.com/raven/shop. Just like it says at the bottom of the screen, just add /shop to the end of it. Or if you want to pick up a physical copy, now you can do so at Amazon. I don't have the link handy at the moment, but if you just go to Amazon and search Fundamental RPG or Raven Evermore, it should pop right up. And then Intrepid is adventuring gear for real life. So if you like athletic, casual, or outdoor wear with a tabletop theme, there's some cool stuff there. And you can find it at the same place at my coffee shop. And then I play Mare, who is a sort of antisocial goth kind of superhero character. And she's had a rough day. So this is gonna be fun. Next we've got Paladin. Tell us a little bit about Tom and yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and I'm playing Tom Fan. I'm a ghost. We had a lot of trauma in the last episode, so now we get to just relax and, come to grips with ourselves. And oh wait, all our NPC friends are missing, so I guess we have to go look for them. And I think one of them is an Eldritch Horror now, so that's maybe going to require some ointment or something. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Fantastic.
Everything's fine.
It's great.
Obviously.
Anina, tell us a little bit about Faye and yourself.
Hi, I'm Anina Kasky. I'm an actor and writer, and I have a good old YouTube channel, which I'll link into the chat here. I've got comedy sketches, a comedy web series, and also a dark drama pilot there as well. So go and enjoy. And I play Felie, the archangel of all animals. And she has decided to just ignore the news that she's been given. She's just going, no, hard no, no, and a side of no.
So. I never liked the tea anyway.
Exactly. Let's see what happens.
All right. Hannah, tell us a little bit about Joe and yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah, vaguely creative human, and I today am playing Joe, who, like everyone else, has experienced trauma last session and is dealing with it just fine.
Everything.
And had her first weird roll of the entire series last session.
This is impressive. Very impressive.
And I found Funyuns. I forgot to mention that.
Oh shit! Yeah, you found Funyuns.
That's right.
Very important.
Awesome.
And now we all go to the pub.
Yes. And last but not least, Yaz, tell us a little bit about yourself and this wonderful game.
I remembered last night as I was falling asleep, I figured out a non-trademarked alternative name for Funyuns, and it was called Crunchions. I had to share that. Hey, I'm Yaz. I am a visual storyteller, and Beyond the Wall is inspired by a comic written by the author Cecilis. I'll share his Twitter here in a minute if you're interested. in following that comic or finding out more information about that, you can follow him on Twitter. Last time, I feel like everybody has pretty much caught us up. Each character experienced some manner of trauma last time we played. And I believe Mare, right? It was Mare that kind of opened like a door to Mao, and there was tentacles and stuff and darkness and all that other fun stuff.
We find that everywhere here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
Every-
recurring theme.
that sounds very familiar.
All
Every
right.
time something happens to Mao, she ends up on the floor with black eyes and muttering eldritch
We have to
nonsense.
possess her again.
I mean, this time she's standing if it's any consolation.
Is she gonna throw up a portal again?
It happens. It could
Maybe
happen.
this time she farts the portal.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Mao to do something like that.
Oh, jeez.
So good.
So that's where we'll start today. Is I'm trying to pull out specifically how we ended last time, and I'm pretty sure it was like this portal opening or Mare trying to make a connection to it. I'm so bad at remembering things. I'm sorry, guys.
That's good. I'm drawing a blank too. I know Mare did
Usually-
the thing.
Usually I remember, but my brain's just like, what the fuck happened at the end of last?
What are we remembering?
The very, very end. I'm trying to remember if Mare made like bridged the space between Mao and you guys, or
I
if
remember
that
you
hadn't
gave us
happened
like
yet.
a sneak peek or something of what she was like now.
Okay. Yeah.
I know Mare made like the
we had the radio
so everybody could
connection.
talk.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that
that
part.
was
I was
not
trying to
cool.
remember if like the door opened or not. All right, so let me set the stage, and if I have to retcon a little bit, that's fine.
It's fine.
We're all tired here.
So tired.
So over your telepathic communication link, the eldritch babble that you've come to know as Mao losing her mind has gotten darker and more guttural and less human, and has increased in volume as well. So you are having this wild, disconcerting, very demonic sounding babble happening, and I am not secure enough in my vocal attributes to be able to do that for you at this time. Maybe one day. But you can tell that Mao is also incredibly distressed. Whatever's happening doesn't sound like it's good. And there's gaps, like it almost sounds like Mao is talking to somebody else in the way that her speech pattern has pauses and responses and fluctuations of sound and inflection, but you cannot hear if there is something responding or what she might be talking to.
What's the emotional vibe of this conversation?
Um,
I
For
should
the
make a
mo-
roll for this.
yeah, let's roll for that. I believe that would be
Read a
sharper.
bad situation.
Let's do that.
I mean, that seems pretty bad.
Does seem bad.
Oh,
No!
Yes,
Ooh.
experience.
Tom
Well,
Sharp
everything's
continues to do this.
This is why. This is why you roll. For the power.
The power of Grayskull compels you.
I would also like to use Destiny's Plaything after we find out what happens with Tom.
Well, Tom, everything sounds pretty normal. Mao's done this before. Mao's gonna do this again.
Same old
Um,
horror.
Yeah,
Last
maybe.
time Bao did this, she attacked me.
I mean, but is she gonna attack you every time? Maybe not. She's probably fine.
Are we going to
handled
stick
this
around to
before.
find out?
It was
All right,
just
I prepared for this.
a little attack. It's fine. It was like a treat. It's fine.
A flesh wound.
It wasn't even. It's like a pap on the face.
Pap. Like a cat who's just testing the waters of slapping you. um, Tom, do you
go.
express your cavalierness for this at all?
I don't know if I'm going to be cavalier about it, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So I'm just like, eh.
Right.
And the power that I picked up, because I already planned this ahead, because I'm smart. I have, oh, it didn't save. I have the sight, which I took from the spooky,
Ooh.
which means I can see invisible things, especially spirits and magical influences, and I can also communicate with and maybe even make deals with the spirits I see.
Ooh,
Well, that's
that's gonna be
handy.
fun.
Yeah, which makes sense because I'm a spirit, y'all. Why couldn't I do this the whole time?
I follow.
Maybe you thought you were the only one.
Did you want to do Destiny's Plaything?
Yes. Hey, it succeeds.
Hey.
So on a 10 plus, keep will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery.
Okay. So what you know about Mao is you know a lot, but clearly not enough. But in the past, when Mao has done this, and Mao doesn't seem to operate like a normal human, in the same way that you don't really operate as a normal human. And that she appears to succumb to these eldritch fits, we'll call them. And you don't know if she's in control or not during that time. And if she's spiraling into one of these fits, it's likely not a good thing. The positive outcome for that is that she may be trying to bridge a gate to you, but is unable to make that connection. You might be able to reach out in a way or a manner and reach hold of that to open open a door to her as she has opened doors for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and like Doctor Strange weird circle in the air, like connect with that to try to open a portal.
Okay.
Just got to get Mao on our frequency.
Yeah.
I am going to have you roll weird.
Okay.
Because I have the sight now, can I see her?
With your sight, you don't have to
Oh.
roll for sight, right?
No, it's just a thing.
Okay. You'd be able to see more like her aura. Like you know that she's close to you, but you are, as we called it last week, out of phase. So you can tell where she is, but you can't see her specifically. Now, Mare, what are you keeping that failure?
Yeah.
Would you like to tell me what terrible things happen?
I feel like a teacher, like asking a student to fess up to something they did. Would you like to tell me what terrible things happened?
Let's see. I mean, I have an idea that's really funny, but I don't know if it'd be terrible for Mare, but I don't know if it's really that terrible. Sure. What if instead of opening a portal, it opens up a time window, and everybody could see like Mare as a child being dressed up in like pink poofy ballerina clothes and her parents
Yeah.
like making her do these things that she absolutely hates, and now Mare is just super embarrassed.
I'll take it. I would like to add just a little bit onto the end of that.
Sure.
You as you're trying to do this, what happens is you kind of reach a barricade and you rebound off of this barricade, or your magic comes back. And that's what it shows when it comes back, is this like glimpse into Mare's childhood. But with it comes something akin to a migraine.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of like psychic whiplash, you could say.
Okay. Yeah, Mare's not happy.
So now you guys get to see Mare's adorable upbringing that she hates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. That is so cute. Look
That's
at the bow, you guys.
Like,
Okay, we
if
shouldn't get distracted by this cuteness. Let's focus. Miles in real trouble.
I'm gonna
if
assume
looks
that's
could kill, Tom
Sabrina,
would be dead
not
again.
Mare.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Mare's just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Joe's like, got it, loud and clear. Ooh.
Thanks for that raid, 5th draw line. Welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. We're just getting into the thick of things here.
Yay!
So, how do we get to Mao then?
I think she's like right here. And I'm gonna just gesture to the general area where she is, but out of phase.
Okay.
How did we all get back into phase?
I just
Just-
snapped out of the horrible nightmare I was having. Maybe she just needs to wake up a little.
How do we make her wake up? Oh, this is so not my area of expertise.
I make ghost symbols and I go ksh, 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 next to her head.
Mare's like holding her head now that she's got this migraine. She's like, could you
Oh
not?
no.
Yeah,
And
I
now
didn't
Faye's
think that would
still
work.
holding the pomegranate that she got from
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, because she got the pomegranate in the like pint of beer.
yeah. I'm holding it. She'll won't say anything, but she'll just kind of hold it aloft like, this will solve everything.
The pomegranate doesn't have it, like it doesn't show anything magical. There's no reflection in it. It's just a very against the grayness of the city that you're in and all of the fog that you have seen and the overcast sky. The pomegranate is the brightest thing that you have seen since entering this town.
Oh yeah, all the food is like brighter than ever than the backdrop, right?
Yep.
I'll sniff it because we haven't had the best luck with food.
It
Yeah, 50-50.
smells like the most amazing pomegranate you've smelled. If you've smelled a pomegranate, like they're kind of tart, maybe a little bit on the bitter side, but incredibly sweet at the same time. Bittersweet.
Do we eat it? Do we plant it?
Kind of like no,
No, you have to
at it.
you have to like you eat the inside, you eat the seeds.
Do you eat the rind or do you eat the seeds?
She's frozen in eating.
Oh no.
The pomegranate killed her.
Kind of chew the side of it.
You say that one more time.
Am I back? I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back. Yeah, she chews the rind, and then she just throws it on the ground, and hopefully it'll split open.
The rind tastes a little bit like soil and grass, like rind-y things. And when you throw it at the ground, it does split open into two halves of a pomegranate, and the seeds, it looks like when it broke apart, a couple of the seeds broke and juice is dripping out of the pomegranate.
Okay.
Someone's gonna have to clean that up.
So I'll pick out a half of it and just eat a seed.
When you eat the seed, it's not that things become phased back together. It's that you can see more clearly what is being hidden from you.
Ooh.
Like where Mao is. You do not see Asher. Dang it. I was so good right at the end of last week. Asher.
I'm so sorry.
You don't see Asher, but you do see Mao. And Mao doesn't look like she's doing so hot. What you can kind of glean, and it's that same like 90s VHS like effect over it where the frames aren't quite syncing up and you get the scratch lines through everything. But part of Mao is enshrouded in that inky darkness. They are on their hands and their knees, kind like almost wrestling with them, with herself. But that's all you're really able to tell with the pomegranate, with eating just the one seed.
Thought, so even when Tom and I became out of phase, we both saw the food. What if we like held out some pomegranate seeds near Mao? Floating pomegranate seeds.
Oh, we should chuck this at her? All right. I'll pick up, pick up some fruit and throw it at where I know Mao is. This.
Tom, no!
Food. The food lands. Mao seems a little too preoccupied to realize that there's food right there.
That's why I wanted to like hold it in front of her face.
No reaction, and I got her right in the back of the head too.
I will
At
eat.
the back of the head.
Can everyone else see what I'm seeing, or just me?
Not
No.
yet, not until we eat it.
No.
I just had a
Only
thought.
Tom only can see her aura around the area that she's in.
So I'll just shove a couple more in my face.
Gum, 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 gum.
And then I'll go, eat it, eat it, eat it.
Oh, okay, yep, got it. Eating some.
To Mare and Raven, because I'm not sure if Tom can eat.
I'm a ghost. I don't know.
I throw one
noticed.
at you.
Tom, do you want to?
I'm assuming it passes right through me. This is a magical thing, so.
Yeah, the pomegranate's pretty normal. So you'd have to focus to be able to pick it up and consume it, but without the focus, you're unable to do so.
I put on a cop uniform. Ma'am, that's littering.
So Joe and Faye have already eaten this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Mare will eat it as well.
Okay.
Also, I decided to take Devastating for my next power up because that fail was a level up.
Ooh.
Nice.
When you
Oh my God, I'm one away
inflict
too.
harm, you may inflict +1 harm.
Ooh, nice.
Very cool. All right. And so you guys all managed to eat this. And as you're eating these, things become more clear to you. You see Mao as explained earlier, but you also see shades of other people that may have been trapped in this city, kind of milling about around you at a distance almost. Like they seem to naturally give you a wide berth, but you are able to see these other shadows out there. And you see Mao in a state of unokayness, we'll say for now.
I actually like that term. That's great.
Unokayness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to go through with my idea of trying to hold somewhere she can, like where her vision should be, and see
Okay.
if that does anything.
Can I have you roll cool?
You absolutely can. I'm fairly certain I'm upgrading cool when I level up next.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There we go!
You wanted to level up?
And that was what I needed, and now we're upgrading cool.
So as you get close, when you kind of get closer to Mao and you hold this food out to her, Mao looks up, and on both sides of looking right through you and meeting your gaze in the most uncomfortable and chilling manner, Mao looks at you, but also right through you. And on one side of Mao's face, you see your friend, the person that you know. Their expression on the one side of their face is for all intents and purposes terrified. Bloodshot, tiny pupil, like tears running down her face. And yay, gifted sub, thanks so much. And on the other side of her face, everything has become this inky black, like it started in the veins and you can see it creeping across her skin, but everything goes black with shiny dark red eye that fills the other side of her face, and that eye is what sees you. It's not Mao's side of the face. And the inky side of Mao reaches out, and instead of it being human appendages, you just have like these coiling tentacles without texture. They're only oily and black. And it kind of like doesn't work at first. Like it just sort of like flops and writhes and coils like in your general direction, and then everything becomes like pieces fitting into a puzzle or bones popping into place, in a very into a mantling manner, that everything sort of cracks, and this black claw where the tentacles had been reaches out and grabs the front of your shirt, and that inky darkness begins sinking into the fabric of your cloth and creeping across. And this breaks this somehow crosses that unfazed manner. And this entire experience is terrifying. Like I don't know if you've ever gone into shock before, but when your skin gets prickly and cold, the aura this thing brings with it is just like vomit inducing, terrifying, like fear.
That works out just fine because we know that Joe has a tendency to freeze when faced with unspeakably horrible things. So she's just like, ah.
The rest of you would also be able to see this, but because you're not under Mao's gaze, you do not have to roll cool for me yet.
I'm gonna try to help Joe by
that yet.
grabbing that creepy arm thing and ripping it out of her chest.
Okay. I am going to have you roll. You can choose tough or weird.
I have a 3 in weird and a 0 in tough.
Hmm.
Do I want another level up? Do I want to protect my best buddy? Weird.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hero
Super
time.
Tom.
So
what
out
you're
of
saying is-
sheer
Sorry, go ahead.
willpower. Oh, sorry. You can go.
I'd
I
like
was
to
just
hear
going to
this.
make a punny comment. So I was going to say, what you're saying is that was not a tough decision.
It was not, no.
So out of sheer willpower is you grab onto this arm, and despite that out of phase place where Mao is, sorry, I was looking at the comments and I was confused.
She already has 3 crits.
No.
You go to grab this arm, and you can feel the barrier that's keeping Mao away from you tremble with like your sheer force of power when you grapple with this. And you are able to disconnect it from Joe, but that puts you that side of Mao is now targeting you instead, and I need you to roll a cool for me.
Joe will fall back on her ass in shock.
On the ground again.
It just keeps happening.
Oh,
You're doing better than I
Yeah.
did.
So you are chilled, but you are not absolutely paralyzed, like Joe was. This is unnerving. This is scary, but you're not like that. The fight or flight is starting to kick in, but you haven't quite made up your mind yet.
Yeah, wrestling with that arm, I was like halfway to making a cop joke because I was still in the disguise, but then I get distracted at the seriousness and the disguise just fades away and I'm back to my normal self wrestling with this arm.
Okay. Mayor, you said you had an idea?
Yeah. I think we've established Mao's taste in music decently well.
Oh.
So there is I think it's Rage Against the Machine. Is the name of the band. It was like a popular song back when The Matrix came out because there's a part in it where they're just screaming "Wake up" over and over again.
Yeah, I know the song you're thinking about.
Yeah. Is there some way that I could magically just make that start playing and try to
Yeah.
like snap Mao out of it, or at least distract Mao long enough to maybe get a hold of whatever this is?
Yeah, after
Imagine-
Mayor,
Go on.
Faye would definitely do something, but after this musical bard attack.
For Mayor, roll weird for me.
Imagine what this game would be like without DMCA. Imagine how fun
It
that
would be amazing. All right, that's a 9.
So you are able to play the music. There's a couple things that are off, like some of the words don't really make any sense.
I like to think that like Mare doesn't know all the lyrics. She just knows the wake up
Yeah.
part. So like the other parts is just sort of like it sounds like Nirvana mumbling.
You can response on Mao's normal side to this, but it is not enough to pull her all the way back.
Okay.
Just like she could hear it, and like it gives her pause or hesitation, but you get the sensation like she might be a little too far gone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Faye, sorry, go
I'm
on.
out of ideas.
Faye, what was your idea?
So she's half covered in this yuck, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the sort of unsullied side, and I'm going to try and grasp her and attempt some healing to sort of snap her out of it.
Okay,
She
I
just
need
has
you to
distress.
roll 2 things for me. First, I
Mhm.
need you to roll cool,
Mhm.
and I need you to roll weird.
Okay. I've got lay on hands as well, but I don't know if it applies.
Also, in response to
And
what Mare
if you
did,
wanted to.
Mare tries to sing this Rage Against the Machine song, and Mao goes, "Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me."
Oh, I love that. Bear just looks at Joe
All right.
confused and then eventually goes, "Oh right."
No, that's completely out of character. Joe's on her ass.
Oh,
she's probably gonna cry.
all
right. So, Faye, you are able to bridge the gap between where you are and where Mao is. And the response to you is fear. You reach through this dark nether that has enshrouded Mao, and she recognizes your hands, but there is like this trepidation of fear, and she tries to push away at you before the other side realizes that you're able to cross that bridge. You can still roll weird or your lay on hands if you want to attempt to make contact with her.
Yes.
Regardless.
I am.
Everybody puts themselves entirely at risk to save Mao.
I'm going to do something similar, but distinctly different.
All right. So again, you are able, you can do it however you want, as Mao is trying to like swat at you, like to get you to like, this isn't like, go away, this isn't the time, you don't want to be here kind of body language. But you are able to lay on hands and provide some of that healing or that relief. And I don't remember the specs of that. I'm looking it up. Okay.
Take my angel magic, god damn it!
So
Paladin!
on 7, you can heal that harm or illness, but you take it onto yourself. Cool.
We all know Faye's a martyr, so let's go with
Okay.
it.
Oh goodness.
Okay. So how do you just like grab onto Mao's hands? How do you deal with her trying to push you away?
I like to imagine that I'm just letting it, just remaining unaffected while she swats at me. Cool as a cucumber.
All right. So the moment that you make contact with her skin, despite this other side wrestling with Tom, the eye on her inky side slides over to look at you, and like this is like bizarre, like both eyes operating in different ways, and more eyes begin to open across her collarbone, and that inky darkness travels across her body like sludge, like pollution from Ferngully.
Oh my God.
Is kind of how I imagine it.
It's amazing.
And it moves like a snake or lightning quick, where the moment you make that touch, it jumps onto you and begins wrapping its way up your arm. And you can feel that same chill or fear that Joe is feeling now, that body going into shock, but it is completely localized to where the inkiness is.
Can my snake whip attack the ink snake?
You could sure try.
I will try.
All right, we're gonna come back to you can roll. We're gonna come back to it. I believe it's Joe's turn. Joe, if you would like to attempt to break the stupor that your fear has put you in, you may roll cool for me, or you may react.
I just updated my cool, so we'll see if Joe gets a hold of herself. No.
Ooh.
She's crying.
You are
She's
having a panic attack.
She's, especially like after what happened last session and then now this, and she's just like sitting on her ass on the ground staring at Mao in horror, and there's just tears.
Okay, Sorry that
I'm
you
good.
have to endure this.
Oh, I'm good. I'm fine, even if Joe isn't.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's all I can ask for. Mayor, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, Tom, you can go. Sorry.
It's fine. Like if you have something awesome to do, Raven, I have something cool. But if you have something cool, that's fine too.
Well, Tom went
All
before
I've
Raven.
all
What?
I've really got is what I put in chat, which is just panic at the disc, Joe.
I mean, that's good.
I am
That's
losing
all I
it.
got.
You guys are too funny in chat.
Okay.
I've been trying to figure out like what the hell do we do with this situation, and I got nothing. Go for it.
All right, Tom.
But
Tom, you're up.
I've got it. So she's in our dimension now. Yes, we're synced up.
Mostly. Just
Okay.
caught between. There's like a. What is a really good metaphor? I don't have a good
Don't.
metaphor. I apologize. You're caught in the between.
Limbo.
Yes.
Hey, limbo.
So a little bit in both sides. So the answer is primarily yes, but not entirely so.
Only
Close
because
enough.
we are connecting to her.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to do some big magic,
Okay.
and I can see her, and because of my new power, I can also see whatever this thing is, which is a spirit, ish sort of a
Ish.
thing. So I can see both of them, and I can see the line where they separate inside of them. So I'm gonna rip them apart.
Okay.
Like the same way
Oh,
I
no.
usually push myself out of someone's body, I'm going to do
Yeah.
the same thing with this thing and just pull it out.
All right.
And my sacrifice for this is going to be Mao. Because this is going to suck for her.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Um,
is.
Could I just help so we're not sacrificing Mal?
I mean, I think she's not going to die, but, this
I'd
is
really
the
like it
cost.
if Mao didn't die.
Me
Yeah.
too, but that's up to Yaz.
All right.
She
Okay.
made a sex joke at me once, and I.
Yeah, can Mare just see what Tom's doing and just go like, here, have some extra magic power and be the help option in for big magic.
You probably could help.
Yes.
And I think Faye is helping as well
Mm-hmm.
with what she's doing. And that's
With
like the
your
perfect
powers
assistance.
combined.
Right.
Yes.
Faye is healing her,
Fire.
right? This is a lay on hands thing. So as
Your
I'm
cowards.
damaging
Alright.
her, Faye
While
is healing
Joe
her,
cries on the floor.
which is,
Um,
perfect moral support.
Tom, I need
Yes.
you to roll weird for me.
I will roll. This is a
And
big moment.
then-
I'm nervous. Okay, here we go.
Both anybody else who's helping, Mare or Faye or both of you, I also need you to roll weird for me.
Do we not? That's fine.
Ooh, nice.
It's
Okay.
a success. Close enough.
Yay.
Oh, we've got all
I'm gonna-
three.
I'm gonna throw a d6 on that.
All right. Y'all
fair.
also have luck. Just saying.
But when I use luck, bad things happen. So
Bad things happen when we all use luck.
Exactly. I used like last episode, and I'm waiting to see what
It's coming.
fuckery happens.
We've
All right,
had
it's
to
an
deal
11.
with this first. Okay.
I'm just gonna trust that Yaz is gonna get at me with that luck. at one point.
Okay.
luck also works like extra lives for my character, so I'm hesitant to use them.
Oh yeah, fair.
Okay. I have to think about how this happens. You are successful. Do you want to tell me how? So you've told me what you want to do. How does that manifest? Like, give me a little bit of vision with what you're doing.
The vision is just me pulling that arm aside and putting one hand into her body and sort of grabbing the spirit of whatever this horrible thing is, and then just putting my foot against actual and just pulling and pushing this thing out. And I think that's really gonna mess up her body because this thing is attached to her, so it's gonna cause some reality stuff to happen, where
Okay.
her body's not quite sure how it's supposed to look.
Rip her arm off.
That seems extreme, but
So, Mare and Faye, how are you helping Tom with your magic?
Well, my razor snake is attacking the ink snake.
That's right.
Well,
and she's being healed by Faye, which is important.
Correct. And Mare?
did I take damage?
Let me get to that in just a second. There's a lot of things going on right at the same time.
Because I'm a huge nerd, I would like Mare's magic to work as like a pattern buffer, a la Star Trek. So it's helping to keep Mao intact,
Okay.
without like having bits of Mao and whatever this thing is going with each other, but just try to keep like Mao physically and mentally intact.
All right. Faye, can I have you roll tough to use your whip on the inky tentacle?
Oh, no. It'd be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be very worse. You take damage for striking it yourself, but the ink does recoil and let go of you. And under the assumption that you probably did damage to it also.
Okay, so I just have one harm, or do I have harm from earlier lay on hands?
No, you just have one harm.
Cool.
Okay, so let's address what happens. I'm trying to put words to it. So Tom, you've pulled this arm aside and you plunge your hand into Mao. I'm trying so hard to like, how does this work? Okay. It's a lot like plunging your hand into an ice cold lake. Everything ripples around you, and you're as a ghost, your consciousness is, it feels like you're being pulled through a vacuum. And for a moment, you're standing in a very humble, dusty monastery. And you can hear like the distant bubble of birds. You can hear people talking in another language. You can hear the sound of somebody sweeping stones. And everything feels impossibly real for a moment. And in where you're standing, the stones that make up the floor begin to, like, the area between each of the stones begins to bubble and spill over this viscous dark green liquid. And it very rapidly fills this room that you're standing in. And as the liquid kind of washes over you, you see everything as it was before, but in a very twisted way. Instead of the humble beginnings of this monastery, you see Gothic architecture with crazy Geiger-like, I don't know if you know the artist Geiger who designed Alien, but those like tentacles and organic elements kind of knotting and weaving together to create these pinnacles that are holding up this room. And in it, you see this silver line that kind of snakes its way deeper into this now strange monastery. And the line becomes brighter and brighter and brighter until it looks like a rope of light. And you are prompted, like you feel prompted to pick up this rope of light. Well, do you?
I mean, I guess so. Light is good.
You pick up this rope light, and it's very slack. Do you pull on it or do you follow it?
Is it leading anywhere?
It leads further into this monastery, but it goes both ways, either out or in.
Oh, in.
And it is heavy for those that are asking.
Why does this feel like a so you touch it, right moment?
It really
Well,
does.
You don't, for whatever you do, there's no repercussion. It's purely
I'm going in.
storytelling purposes. All
So,
right.
I have decided, and I'm totally wrong on this, but I have decided that this is Mao. This is this is her soul that I'm seeing right now, and I'm going in.
Yeah. So you follow this thread of light into this monastery, and it all gets darker and darker the deeper that you go. And you see, like, as you're walking through and holding on to this rope of light that is strangely heavy in your hands, you begin to see these creatures sitting on the sidelines watching you with vibrant pomegranate red eyes, and inky, sticky skin, matted fur, gaping mouths at every corner, eyes that blink out of order, out of tandem as they should but don't, and things don't add up in this place. Like, nothing is real. It's like you're walking through a horror comic book. And you follow this light, and it kind of weaves you into a very labyrinth-like set of hallway or corridors. But it eventually takes you to the center, and this light, this rope goes up and down into a well. Do you go into the well?
Yes.
Or do you pull?
No, I'm going in.
All right. So you continue deep into the well, and at the bottom of the well, you find a small child, kind of huddled up, holding on to the end of this light. And the child is colorless in comparison to everything else that was deep reds or greens or shades of midnight blue. The child is gray, and it's safe to assume that this may have been Mao at one point. You can see, like, the freshly shaved scalp, wearing monk's clothing, wearing the mala beads around their neck and their wrists, bare feet, kind of like hunched up, like clinging to this rope.
Mm-hmm. So I anticipated this. I don't know if Tom could do that, but Paladin definitely knew that this was where we were going. So close enough, Tom. You get to piggyback off of me being smart. So I'm gonna land next to Mao, and I'm gonna, like, see if there's a reaction.
Unresponsive to you.
I'm just gonna say, "Hey there, Mao. So looks like you're feeling a little at the end of your rope, huh? Hey."
The child is still unresponsive to you.
Well, tough audience. All right, how about we get you out of here, huh, little guy? And I'll pick her up.
Mao is weightless. You are very easy to pick Mao up. The heavy part is the rope, and Mao will not let go of the rope.
No, I'm not holding. I'm also picking up the rope.
Okay. Do you take Mao up the well?
Yes.
So as you bring Mao up the well with the end of this rope, you begin to hear a cacophony of growling and snarls, a sound so discordant and uncomfortable, and everything begins to kind of rattle and shake.
Am I doing this wrong? I'm like,
No, you're not.
I'm worried that I'm,
There's you can do no wrong in this. This is like a choose your own adventure moment.
right, but in
die
one
in those.
instance,
I was gonna say most of those have horrible endings if you don't.
Oh,
make
There's
the
like
right
one good
choice.
end.
Let me rephrase.
like in one
This is-
instance, I'm carrying the essence of her out of the corruption, and in another, this is her body that is corrupted, and I'm carrying her soul outside, which would kill her. So,
I mean, um,
Don't say that like that.
no, the outcome to this part is going to be the same, unless you do something absolutely unpredictable to me.
yeah, I'm not going to toss her to the demons.
Okay,
we're
cool.
good.
I didn't think so, but I have to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her on my back, and somehow that works because we're in the the world.
The soul realm. It's just two souls.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just pick up that rope and keep going. I'm gonna take it with me.
So as you're taking this rope back with you, Minnie Mao on the back of your back.
I'm talking to her nonstop. I'm just spouting nonsense.
The monsters that you passed coming in now seem agitated. They're snapping at each other, they're snapping at you, but they do not, like, as far as you can tell, they cannot get close to this rope of light. So it's more of an intimidation factor of them just like eating themselves and trying to scare you off of this rope.
Yeah, I'm gonna like attempt to smack one of them with the rope, but it's so heavy, so I'm like, okay, that's not worth it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you exercise at all, but using those giant like exercise ropes, it's a lot like that.
Mhm.
So you make your way back through this labyrinth, painstakingly following this rope and listening to the barrage of these monsters, and they are following you. You have a legion behind you as you reach the end of this labyrinth. And you get to where you started, where the rope either led you in or led you out. And I assume you continue out.
Yep. Turn around, flip off the monsters, and keep going.
Valid. I would too. You move out. As you're walking out, you feel like there's like this resistance, this rebound, almost like a barrier, but it seems focused on Mao, and Mao, like to the point that if you just walked through it, Mao would just like pop off your back, like pulled off.
Yeah, I'm assuming that happens. Then I go back and like, okay, kid, you need to tell me what to do now. Can you talk?
Mao is again unresponsive, but they look up at you with like, and Mao has black eyes, by the way, like completely black. Not like irises, not the sclera black, but like her pupils are black. And she looks up at you with shiny marble eyes, and she shrugs her shoulders. And she points to her mouth, and then she points to the others.
Oh, you want to eat him? I don't think that's good.
She makes a talking motion at you with her hands.
There why you can't talk. You want me to, mess him up? I'm just trying to take you outside. Is that what I should be doing?
Mao goes to like follow you, and she reaches this barrier and like a mime puts her hands up, and she starts to push and push and push against it, and you can see the palms of this of Minnie Mao begin like blistering, and the skin begins kind of peeling back from it, almost like this barrier is corrosive to her. But she keeps pushing through, and she gets through, and it's like sustaining significant burns, but she reaches out for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in if I can, and I'm gonna like stand over her, like completely envelop her, and then we're gonna do it together. And I'm hoping that I get the damage instead of her.
You both sustain damage from it, unfortunately.
Good enough.
But you are able to make it out of this area, and the moment you pass back through that barrier, you are back in your body, and you are pulling that cord that you found in the labyrinth out of her. And you don't know where Mao got it or where they came from, but with Mao's other arm that she had reached out to like bat at Faye, she's got a pair of scissors and she snips it. And she breaks that cord, and the ink from that side of her body coils off of her. She sloughs it like a second skin. But what's left behind is those really awful burns that she had shown as a child in the vision, or whatever you want to call it.
So the rope is attached to the black goopy stuff?
Yes.
Now? All right. So that's what I yoink out of there. And because of cinematic reasons, I'm going to dump the black goop right in front of Joe.
The goop is suddenly very lifeless. It doesn't like you can feel the power coming off of it, but it doesn't seem to have a mind of its own at the moment.
All right, I think I got it. Oh, careful there, Joe.
And none of us have experienced any of this stuff. We just see random black pile of goop now,
Yeah,
right?
you see
me making the move to pull it out of her, and I just do.
Yep.
Okay.
He pulls the rope, and the ink sloughs off, and he pours it in a pile.
Okay.
I found the most comfortable way to sit in my chair, guys.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. I think we're just gonna run over and try to see if Mao's awake, make sure that they're alive, just try to take care of them.
Mao is awake. Mao is very fixated on the fact that she is covered 90% in burns.
Yeah. Are they like fresh burns, like ow hot type burns, or like burn scars?
It's a little bit of both. For the majority part, it's burn scars. But there are places on her body that won't ever heal.
Okay. Mayor's still gonna like try to do the ice cold thing to like just help soothe it. Just making like her hand cold, and like moving it in the air over those spots.
He just hisses at you. She's like, but she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
She just makes like that hurts face.
Yeah. Like, is that helping at all, or is it just making it worse?
You can't tell. Sorry.
Okay.
And she can't tell you either. When
A meta reminder that I do have medical first aid
oh
stuff.
yeah, cool.
But Joe is not going to suggest that because Joe is staring at a pile of ink on the ground.
So when Tom dumped the ink on the ground, Mao was able to finally come into phase with you guys. There's no more weird, strange in-betweens. And you don't have to worry about pulling her back from that world again. But that weird, gross ink is also in your world.
about the rope? How is it attached? Is the rope evil? I thought it was good.
When Mao cut it, the rope mostly disappeared.
Okay.
And then it finally disappeared when you like took all of that gunk off and dumped it in front of Joe. So the
It's
rope
just
is no
the
longer
symbol of
there.
connection. Okay, good. Whew. That's one less weird thing to think about. Okay, good. I am gonna pick up a trash can that's nearby and slam it on the black goop, just in case.
Okay. It makes a weird squelching noise.
I got some on you. That's too. You want me to? You need like a. Maybe you should. I'm just gonna, and I'll just like get it off of you.
Me?
Yeah. Because
Oh, yeah.
you're next to the thing, and I squished it.
If you touch Joe, she is going to jolt, lean over, and vomit.
Oh, that's not good.
Nothing like some good old fear to get you started in the morning.
Joe's having a time.
When did we have corn?
Oh. Oh
Gross.
no.
Yeah, just got it.
Anyway, moving on from that.
So you guys have appeared back into one world. You have Mao, who is now covered simultaneously in open wounds and scars of wounds.
Thank you.
Mare is attempting to be like gently soothe Mao. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and heal any burns or wounds that I can. Again,
You can roll for that.
would it be lay on hands or something else?
Either that or weird.
Let's do weird.
Nice. So you are able, I'm going to readjust this, your outcome just a little bit. So you are able to heal some of the burn wounds on Mao, but they open back up. Like they almost like they will never be properly healed.
Faye doesn't say anything. She doesn't know what to say.
You do receive like a grateful expression and a pat from Mao. Mao reaches out and is like kind of gives you like a sympathetic like nod and like mouths thank you at you.
Once Joe has calmed down a little, she will pull out her hammer space workshop and start pulling together. Like when she like looks over at Mal, is like, okay, she needs some medical attention, and like start pulling together like burn ointment and like bandages and stuff.
I bring you a glass of water and like a little rag so you can clean yourself off.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Very sweet. Very
she'll
sweet.
like the first half of the water she'll like swish around and spit out, and then the second half she'll actually drink and she like cleans herself up before she goes over to Mal.
I'm gonna
Mare,
stand at a distance from Mao because I'm feeling really guilty about all of that.
I mean, that's fair.
It is.
Mare, are you just still trying to provide like a soothing environment?
Well, since it doesn't look like the cold stuff is really helping all that much, I think Mare's just gonna stand there awkwardly, not knowing what to do.
Oh,
Joe will like be like, do you want to help me with this? There's a lot of skin to cover.
Yeah. What do I do?
I'll show you. Yeah, so she'll like show you how to like apply the burn ointment and like wrap it properly. Her hands are like aggressively shaking while she does this, but she's like clearly trying really hard not to like.
Oh, very sweet.
Um,
You. Sorry, go on.
Mare is doing that, like whatever Joe says, but in the way of like somebody who has no experience with children is just suddenly handed a like small baby, and it's just like, how do I hold this? Am I gonna break it? What's going on? Like that level of awkward. But
That's actually sure.
she's doing it. Yeah. Go
That's
ahead.
actually great because then it gives Joe something to concentrate on because she'll like very like calmly not looking Mao in the eyes at all, like occasionally looking at Mare and just like being like, hey, you're gonna go like this, yeah, good, okay. And then you want to make sure you pull it like tight, but not so tight you cut off circulation, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll just very quietly.
Yeah, and Mare's doing this, and then saying things like, oh God, was that too tight? Is it too loose? Am I doing this right?
Mao, see, Mao just gives you expressions like, this is okay, you're doing fine, fuck, this hurts. But it's not your fault. And as you finally finish wrapping Mao up, the door to the pub opens, and the bartender that you guys saw through the window kind of like tilts their head at you and it's like, where'd you guys come from? Well, come in before the fog comes back.
Now you come out. You could have helped.
I didn't know you were here.
Faye's gonna just, without any social skills, go, why can't Mao talk?
Can she not?
Mao looks at you and kind of looks away like, I don't really want to say that. I mean, I can't say it, but I don't want to say it.
Oh my gosh.
Joe's
really
packing up
messed
her hammer space.
The burns are bad enough. Did I make her mute? That sucks so bad. Oh, that's bad.
Suddenly Faye's aware that she probably shouldn't have said that. It kind of tries to.
Mao turns
Whoa.
to Joe and is like,
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, she's moved. Oh God.
it might not be that bad. Just like let's and she like pulls like a pen and like a notepad out and like hands it to her.
and very gingerly, Mao writes out, the monsters are the reason I could talk in the first place.
Oh. Huh.
Monsters. Okay, we're gonna have a drink and talk about this.
Long story.
Mare's just gonna look at Mao and go, we needed to get those out, right?
Yeah.
Mao takes a moment
did I
to
do
think
something?
about it and then
Yeah.
writes down again. She says, yes, but I couldn't do it myself.
Okay. You could
I
just
still
see
feel a
like
little
sudden
bad.
relief. Like Mare was really worried that maybe they
Like-
made the wrong choice.
One or the other. There's not really a right choice. And the bartender helps with whatever else that you need to get you guys into the bar. And with that, we're going to take a brief break.
Whew.
Cool. But before we do the break, just gonna, real quick, like the moment they get into the bar, Mare says she wants a pot of coffee, a bottle of scotch, and something to write on. And that's like as soon as she walks through the door, and
Okay.
that's it. Um,
I'm
That
gonna
was
build
awesome.
Mao a tablet.
I'm having some flashbacks to Guy.
yeah. Think more Batman than tablet. But yes, something along those lines.
Okay.
We'll get to it. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in 15 minutes, so go grab a snack, hydrate yourself, stretch your legs, and be right back in 15 minutes, because that's when we'll be back for the second half.
Oh.
we're back in a pub.
You were in a pub. The bartender provides Mare with the things that she has asked and has moved to the back, like to the bar back to prepare or get any drinks ready for anybody. This is about the time that the band starts playing in the back of the tavern area. And it's kind of like an interesting, mellow, jazzy sound with a lot of folksy instruments. So things that you wouldn't really associate with jazz being played in a jazz manner.
Love to hear it.
This would be nice
I-
if we didn't just have like the day we just had.
Mm.
Valid.
Yeah.
Oh, what would Joe drink?
A screwdriver because she's a mechanic.
You know what, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think Mare is like alternating between giant swigs of coffee and giant swigs of scotch. And is furiously scribbling on this paper, working on something.
Okay.
I'll go make everyone drinks. I'll just go behind the bar and start.
It's a bartender.
So
The bartender doesn't mind at all. He gives you, like, you know, the space that you need,
Aw.
provides you with anything that you might like it, like if you like a towel or show you how to use the bar tap.
Faye will sort of look over Mare's shoulder and see what he's scribbling.
I think Faye might see like a lot of the text is almost illegible. It's like doctor's handwriting, stereotypical doctor's handwriting, because it's Mare's just writing what she can recognize. But there's like some sort of like crown or tiara looking thing, and like something that kind of looks like a speaker on the paper. She's just zoning in on this.
Okay, Faye's going to take her runes and just chuck him onto the bar
All right.
in front of her. She's going to chuck her runes onto the bar.
Do you want to do Boss from Beyond or just your normal one?
Just my normal one.
Can I have you roll weird for me?
Yours. Ooh.
Ooh.
Very nice. So you cast your runes, and what you get is that there is a diversion in your path coming soon. That the road less traveled might be less traveled for a reason. And that there may or may not be a handsome stranger in your future.
What, is that the diversion? Is that the diversion?
I don't know.
So I've got a big red stop sign in front of me, and also like, look at the hot person.
Yes.
What if don't go this way, but hot person?
Right? So those are your clues.
We'll just take her runes, look confused, and put them away.
I
She
put
looks
2 drinks
grumpy.
in front of Faye. You tell me which one you like. And one is pink, and the other one is a sort of murky green.
So one's green and one's what?
Pink.
Pink. Takes the green one. And she drinks it like a cat would drink water, like. Bleh.
You have chosen the fallen angel.
Ah!
Juice, peppermint cream, some sugar, and some bitters. Oh, and some saline. What the heck? What the hell is this thing?
Salty.
Yeah,
You know,
Little drink.
that's painfully foreshadowing.
Oh no.
Faye didn't know she liked alcohol, but she likes this one. And she starts licking it like nom, nom, nom.
So,
Yeah,
like,
you want the pink one? I know you like pink.
what
Maybe
size of drink is a screwdriver even?
It depends.
What kind of orange juice?
Whatever size you want.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Joe's
orange
probably
juice
just
and
gonna,
vodka.
Joe's just gonna do a swing back and then slam it down like, whew, okay.
Do you need another one? The bartender asks you.
No,
Oh.
I'm making everybody's drinks.
Okay.
I got this. This is fun for me. Because, you know, in the apocalypse, I don't get to do a lot of bartending.
That's true. That's very true.
It's fair.
And this is part of his backstory, that this is the sort of life he would have led.
Mm.
So I feel like this is a skill I've got. So I'll leave the pink drink with Mare and Mao and see if either of them will just take it. Because I think it'd be like Tom thinks and I think it'd be funny if Mare drinks it, but you know.
Nair just sort of eyes it like, what is this monstrosity?
Oh, that's the other one. That's an Angel's Delight cocktail.
Mao will take it off of Mare's hands and throw it back and put her hand, like she'll hand the glass back like she wants another one.
Oh, there you go.
And she pats Mare on the shoulder. Like an I got you kind of gesture.
I'll drink the evil pink drink.
And I'll make more personalized drinks for the both of them.
Okay.
But I don't know them, and I don't feel like Googling them. So
That's fine.
That's fair. So Mare is working on these sketches. Faye is enjoying her alcohol. Joe has slammed back at least one screwdriver, and Tom is making drinks. Is that correct?
yes.
Mao kind of just like hangs out and sort of like bumbles around each of you and finally finds like a spot to sit and watch the musicians play. She seems to be, you know, pleasantly buzzed, and can't seem to get comfortable enough to like sit in one spot very long. And just sort of hangs out. The bartender is appreciating the fact that Tom has taken over his momentarily eternal job of waiting tables and serving drinks to an empty bar with musicians. And has kind of like taken a seat to the side and is kind of either dozing or observing you guys. With this downtime, is there anything that you would like to do or work on?
I guess I can finally crack that astronomy metaphysicist book.
Yeah.
I think Mare is oh, I forgot to mention when Mao gives Mare that smile like I got you, Mare gives like a small smile back, which is a little bit like unusual because Mare doesn't usually smile. And Mare's learning the power of friendship. It's great. But Mare after that will take the scribblings that she's got and go over to Joe and show her this sort of very rough blueprint and explain what it is. So she'll just be like, hey Joe, so since Mao can't talk, which is really weird, I want to fix that. Do you think you could build this? And it's mostly like illegible, just drawings.
Counter. Can Joe read the... I would really love it if Joe was like someone who could read the analogy, like, because she also probably scrawls like a...
That actually would be amazing.
You know, I'm gonna leave that up to you. That's your call.
Yeah, I'm totally
Yeah,
fine
Joe's
with
just
that.
like, Joe's just like, oh yeah, okay, I see what you're doing here. I can think about like pulling all this stuff together. I'm not sure how it's gonna read her. Are we gonna have to rely on your expertise for that, or like?
Oh, yeah, no, I can just like enchant that part. Magic
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, then yes.
It's magical
Uh,
science.
Magic science.
I can just see Joe be like,
Okay, I
Weird
will
science
build
starts playing
it,
in the background.
and you can do the magic since we've established that magic is real.
So Kay's watching them two, and she noticed Mare smile at Mao earlier, and she feels
Oh,
jealous. She's sitting there.
Mare smiles at Mao, is having secret chats with Joe.
oh
Yeah.
man, it's like Faye feels more things.
Almost like
I-
more human-like.
I'm imagining like Joe and Mare like, oh, with the papers up, like
Oh my
excitedly
God, I
whispering to each other.
remember. I remember what happened at the end of last session. Oh my
Huh?
God. I'm so sorry. What you were saying triggered the
Yeah.
memory. And I remember what happened when we closed the session because it was Faye who came in contact with Mao first.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think of an adjustment. Continue on. I'll work with you, Anina, on
That's
that
fine.
bit.
It was going to come later anyway, and I
Yeah.
just remember what Faye felt, if you know what I mean. She's
Yeah.
doing what-
Yeah.
So she's looking at them, feeling jealous, but she just sits there with a drink like this. Doesn't really know what to do.
Can
Looking around, and then she'll also try and heal this one harm while we've got downtime here.
Mm-hmm.
can because I don't think Mare would necessarily automatically notice that, but would you mind if I roll sharp to see if I notice Faye being sad? Is that cool? Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were asking Faye. I was like, it's fine with me.
No.
Nope.
Ooh.
We're very
Mare's-
excited about this.
Completely engrossed in all of this and does
In
not
this
notice Faye at all. I'm
Can
so
I
sorry.
heal my one? Can I heal my one harm if I do like a mini
Mini
meditation?
ritual? Yes, you may.
Thank you. 'Cause I have a feeling I'm gonna get my ass handed to me later.
I like took a move that lets me like carry on despite damage, and I have not been harmed like even once, I don't think.
It's because everything's been melee or like close combat.
Yeah.
And Tom keeps protecting me also.
Oh,
And we
that's a
love
good
him.
point.
I'ma get you. That's what that tells me.
Please do.
Faye,
I need to heal some.
Faye, you
Speak
are
it up.
able to heal yourself. You can take the time to do that. Mayor, how bad are you?
I've got. Well, this is actually kind of weird. We're supposed to. Oh, it's 7, not 8. Okay. I'm at 3 harm, so I'm just shy of unstable.
Okay.
You said 7 and my brain went,
For some reason, I thought we had 8 hit points, and it was after 4 is when you start getting unstable. But the character sheet says 7, so yeah, I'm at 3, which is right
I think
right
that
before unstable.
that may or may not be this particular character sheet because when we did Tikfa, that's how I remember it. Was we
Okay.
had 4. So I don't know.
That's
We're-
interesting.
well, I mean, if we're gonna be if I'm going to be working on stuff, I can pull out the Hammer Space briefcase, and I have
Set up
medical.
shop.
Stop.
No, just
Anytime.
like puts it on the table, and, like folds open. She's like, okay, here what do we got? I love to build thing.
Okay, so you're able to get Mare patched up. You Joe, you understand the premise of what Mare is talking about with the telepathic crown. You know that you could build the rig. You have no experience with the magic side of it. Tom, everybody has had their drinks. What do you do when nobody needs another drink?
There's still the bartender and the band, and I also
that's
make
true.
them drinks, and I make them. This is sort of like an Irish pub, right?
Yeah.
So I make them a specific Irish cocktail. I've googled a few, and I think I'm gonna make them an Irish Gold, which is just is it kind of a fruity thing with whiskey in it. It
All
seems
right.
fun.
They all
That sounds cool.
appreciate the liquor, and the tempo of the jazz that they're playing kind of picks up in like a fun lilting manner.
And then I make one more drink, which is called an Ashes to Ashes.
And who
Because
gets
someone's
that one?
not here, and I'm just
Oh, that's true.
just on the band.
Ashes to Asher.
Yeah.
And you let that just sit on the bar then?
Yep, I'm just gonna like there's a space like where no one is sitting, and I'll put that in front of the empty space.
All right,
Then
cool.
I'll just like go look out on the street, see if they're showing up yet. I
Aw,
don't know.
that's so nice.
It is really sweet.
I thought you
Asher has
hated
not
them.
appeared. It's not hate, it's just jealousy. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Faye, how are you contending with these feelings of jealousy, or like the fear of missing out sensation?
The FOMO.
The FOMO is real.
She feels really uncomfortable, and she just kind of sits there still, like not being her usual self, just being
Cautious.
quiet, withdrawing into herself.
All right. So your chill time, like in the retrospect, you have probably a couple hours of downtime that you're able to spend at this pub, and listen to music, drink drinks. There's not really any food, unfortunately. Sorry.
I just thought, oh, then I can make everyone food, but nope.
Unfortunately, they only seem to have alcohol. But at some point in your stay, Mao finds the time to approach Tom and give him a piece of paper that just says "thank you" on it.
I mean, I'm not sure you should be thanking me. I mean,
She
in so
takes
much
the paper
pain.
and waves it in
Ow.
your face.
Hey, all right. Well, I guess you're welcome. I mean, it did look like an awful thing to have, riding around in your soul. So I'm glad you're better.
You get the idea that it's one awful thing for another awful thing. Mao tries to give you a high five.
I'll the high five.
Ghostly high five. She goes, ooh, and like kind of walks off. Faye.
So cute.
So first, before I get to Faye, Mare and Joe, can I have you both roll? Well, in Mare's case, I need you to roll weird. In Joe's case, I need you to roll sharp.
Okay. Sweet.
If
Where did it go?
Sort of success.
All right. So Hannah, you can tell me usually that mixed success is it works, but there's like with complications, it doesn't quite work well enough. Can you describe the magic works great, but the device itself might need some adjustment and tweaking. So describe to me what you guys have made.
Whew.
Toaster! Yay!
I have a because we've made a crown kind of thing, right?
Yeah, so the design was essentially like a tiara type thing, which can look like whatever, but basically it just sits on the head, and that part reads the thoughts, and then it sends that as electrical information to a smart speaker that translates that into audible words and sends it out. So that's what Mayor designed. If Joe could make tweaks or adjustments or changes, of course.
I'm thinking like because I probably don't necessarily have all of the like optimal materials to make that.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of like it will work, but if I can find like these things, I can make it work better. Like I'm gonna like I can't think of how it would be iffy to work. My brain is just like I don't know.
Maybe it's like using Google Translate, and so like you get the gist of what they're saying, but it's like a really awful translation.
Okay.
I can deal with that. And I'm like, if I can get more materials, I can fix this. But I think right now it's gonna do its best. But I think it's hard for the technology to translate the magic telepathic psychic shenanigans. Also, maybe if you can explain to me how magic works, I can integrate it better.
So we have a mostly working prototype, is what you're telling me.
So it's like if Joe can get better materials or understand how to integrate magic better, she could probably do a better job.
What instantly popped into my head is like the aliens meme, like the guy just going aliens, but his bear just going magic.
Right.
Okay. Bear's just like, I'll think about how to explain it, cause yeah, magic.
If you can like specifically tell me what your process is when you are thinking about making telepathic magic, that might help. But we'll keep working on it.
I think about it, and then it happens. Chris Bear is like completely, stone-faced saying all of this, but I'm dying laughing.
Right. And Joe's just like, why did I expect anything different?
And Bear's just like, I'll try to see if I can think of a better way to explain it.
It's okay. Well, version 1.0, we'll keep
Maybe
we'll
Faye
keep
knows
going.
how magic works. I mean, she's an angel. Gotta have different perspective on the whole thing.
Mayor nods and is like, "That's a good point. Hey, do you know how to explain magic? Because all I can think of to say is that it just works."
She thinks for a while, kind of nods her head like this. And then she just snaps her fingers and like a little bird appears.
Right. It just happens. Right.
Come on, we're inside. We're inside.
You're super robot-y there, Nina, but I think we caught that. Was the last thing you said as a bird
just
appears?
snaps her fingers and a little bird appeared.
Okay.
And she just goes,
I don't know. It
See-
just
see-
works.
like it's the most obvious thing in the world.
Yeah,
tried
Bear's
to
like,
chase
yeah,
the
see,
bird
it's like
outside.
that.
Hey.
Birds belong outside. Come on. And I'll just door open. Get out of here.
Faye, while you were trying to explain this, your bird has gotten away from you, and Tom is trying to usher the bird back out the door. You get this tingling, nagging sensation. Um, like the sensation that somebody has a present for you and you don't get to know what's in it, but you really want to know what's in it, and you get to open it soon, like that, like trepidation, excitement kind of feeling. That's what kind of bubbles up for a minute. And you're drawn first to the window. And it's not the window that you and Tom both looked through. It's the window on the other side. And when you look out of that window, you see a twisted, dying forest. Like most of these trees have been burnt or singed. Nothing seems to be growing. The ground is ash and gray. And you can almost see a steeple top from the edge of this kind of like forested area.
Okay.
And as you are still staring and trying to figure out like where this feeling is coming from, the shadows, further than you can really make out, but close enough that you probably assume, begin to shift and flit like several tails moving and changing. And for just a moment, you see your shadow figure.
Okay. Faye will look behind her, see if anyone's watching or if anyone's noticed her.
Does anybody notice that Faye's just staring out the window?
Yes, that's why I included her in the previous conversation.
Yeah, I think Mare will like look out the window to see if she can see what Faye's staring at, and if there's nothing there, Mare's just gonna like wave her hand in front of Faye's face, like you okay?
You definitely don't see the same thing that Faye sees. Raven, instead, you see the same forest, but instead of the tailed, tuxedoed stranger, you see like a ball of wings all folded up nicely and together, almost like I imagine it very similar to Howl when he's in his full demon bird form, all curled up in the cave. And the wings are all they're moving like something is breathing. And you definitely get the sensation that that's Asriel coiled up, watching or waiting.
As soon as you said ball of wings, that's really all Mare needs to know to look at everybody and go, we need to go now.
Oh, wings. I heard wigs. I was like,
wings,
what?
Sorry.
Ball of wings.
A ball of wigs.
Yeah, like that's horrible.
Okay,
Not sure which is more scary.
I am definitely using that in a future session because I forgot how absolutely terrifying the concept of a giant wad of hair following you around is.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's scary until you put a bowler hat on the top.
And then it's a friend.
Yeah.
It's the mini boss for the big bad evil cat, because it's the hairball.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh my gosh!
Attack them, my creation.
So
You haven't. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, Mare's basically waving everybody, going out now. We need to leave.
Wait, it's out? Question mark?
where are we going?
But I like it in here.
The marble creepy angel person, the one that we don't want to interact with, is out there.
And
you
we're
wanna
going
go out there. That doesn't seem smart. Let's stay in
There's
here.
got to be like a back door or something.
there's just a burnt forest out there.
If we look out, do we see the ball of wings?
Do not see the ball of wings. Each of you sees something different.
Is it Asher?
Oh
Hannah,
god.
you do see Asher kind of standing out there. And Asher appears not to be aware of you and to be absolutely utterly normal. Like they're just kind of walking with their nose buried in a cell phone, like tick-a-tacking away, like they're messaging somebody. And they stop and look over their shoulder and wave at somebody that you can't see. And then like they wait for a beat before they then walk off into another part of these ash woods, we'll call them.
Wait, I thought we were in a town. Why is there a forest out there?
Tom, you don't see anything living, but as you're kind of squinting and looking at this area, there appears to be a book laying between the roots of one of these trees, halfway covered in ash. And while you're not absolutely certain, you're pretty sure you recognize that book.
Is it part 4 of the Matt Damon quadrilogy? No?
Maybe.
What?
No.
We don't know until we check.
It may or may not have the notes, the original notes to your song that John Elton stole.
So we're all seeing, and Joe's gonna say this, so we're all seeing different things, right? Because Mercy's angel dude.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing, well, I mean, I think I just saw Asher, but like now I'm iffy because if Mary's seeing something else, I'm like,
Okay, that sounds weird because you're seeing something that you would want. I'm
Yeah.
seeing something that do not want.
I'm seeing
While
something
they're
that Bernie
having
Taupin
this-
stole. And
While
he's
they're having
like
this,
all the way over in LA.
while they're having this argument, Faye's gonna turn herself into a little bee.
Okay.
And if you allow this, keeper, if there's like a crack in the window, if I can just fly out.
Yeah, I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
where is LA?
West Coast.
Okay, so Mercy's as angel dude. I see Asher. Tom, you're seeing what?
A book. My book. The
And
one that I
Faye
wrote
sees,
still standing.
where is Faye?
Faye is gone.
Oh my god, a bee! Get it away! I'm definitely allergic to bees. Ah, I
You're
thought they
already
died out.
dead.
I've already buzzed off.
Wait, what does Mao see?
Mao comes over and just is like, writes on the little piece of paper, "Why are we staring at a brick wall?"
What? I mean, there's supposed to be a town square out there, right?
It's the other window.
That was the other one.
The window on the back of the building.
Mm.
Not the first one you looked through, but the other one.
Oh, we're all having visions of stuff we want.
Or don't want in Mary's
Yeah, that's
case.
weird. That's two things.
And also, Faye is gone.
Yeah, and there's a bee. Wait,
No, it's gone.
maybe
Maybe.
Faye is the bee. Like in that movie where the bee falls in love with a human.
What?
Yep, it's weird. It's a weird movie.
Mao like crosses everything out on their page and writes "Dream World?" ?
Well, because
Yeah,
we all
that's where we
saw
are, Mao. That's right. We are in the dream world.
different things out in the fog.
Mare, how are like you still look out the window? You still see Asriel.
Do I see a bee flying towards Azrael?
I'm gonna need you to be a
Beelining
little
right for
sharp. for me on whether or not you see Faye.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe
So-
B.
So I will say that you didn't notice Faye change, but you did notice that a bee was on the window for a moment. Faye is gone. And you still see Azrael. So I mean, maybe the bee is going to Azrael.
Unbelievable.
So I still see Bad Angel. Faye's not here. There was a bee on the window. Now there's not a bee. Am I going crazy?
I think we passed that bridge ages ago.
Oh, good.
I mean, what is sanity in a world where everything is just, in flux all the time? I think
Magic.
we just sort of use all our friendships as like the base of existence. And the rest is just, whatever happens.
So if we go outside, we cannot get separated.
I mean, we totally can, but we really shouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mary pauses for a second, goes, hold on a second. And goes over to the door and just cracks it open and looks out the doorway. Is it still the same scene?
It is not the same scene that you are seeing out the window. It is the city that you are seeing out the window. Joe, can I have you roll sharp for me?
Yes. Yes.
So Mayor goes to the door. Joe peeks out, assesses that the window and the outside of the door are not the same thing, and that the door leads you right back into the city. Mayor, you can also see that fog is creeping back from where what you were doing. Now, Joe,
Your mic's fading out a little bit.
is that better?
Yeah.
A
Okay.
little bit.
Joe, Mare goes to the wall, but something like not to the wall, to the door, to the windows, to the walls. Sorry.
No. Absolutely not.
And something distracts you on your way. And you see it almost obscured by a table and some chairs, but there is one of those infamous vent shafts that you encountered towards the beginning of the game with the same fine metal iconography as the orrery in the planetarium books and stuff like that. Yay! Thank you! But you see it kind of glimmer and glint behind these behind this furniture as Mare is trying to make heads or tails of the outside.
Door, window, vent. There's a vent, everyone. There's a vent. Just. I don't know if that's important. I know we have been following that. But also. Oh no.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Sorry, Faye.
You've got disadvantage on your next roll.
Okay.
Okay, close that. I don't think the door is gonna help us, but oh gosh.
Made of glass, but okay.
What?
The door is glass. I picture it as a glass door.
Yeah. Kind of like like not like the grocery stores that auto open and close, but like
Yeah.
a gas station door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that's interesting. I was picturing something completely different.
Yeah, I was imagining wooden door.
Yeah, same.
Everything
That's
else is
wild.
wood themed. Might as well go with the glass door.
Imaginations are really cool. It's just neat
I
how people
mean,
picture things differently.
right? No, I love
Okay.
that.
All right. Everybody,
Yeah.
come on in for a second. I'm seeing we've got the door, we've got the window. I just noticed this vent, which is very similar to vents we've seen. Where the fuck is Faye?
We'll get to that in just a moment.
Oh, good.
What do?
Oh, we're not gonna leave. Ash is still here, and Faye, and when they get here, then we can, try to find like the magic door to the next dimension. But
Asher's always been a lot better at the weird stuff than me. They'll be fine.
You also know that, Joe, specifically, you know that Asher's not going to be able to catch up to you for a while. They
Yep.
gave something up to make sure you could come back.
And they also told me that they would be there. Through a picture. Nobody else knows
Yes.
this though. Told me that they'd make it. I'm like, they'll be okay. They'll catch up when they can.
okay, then we just gotta get Faye back.
Yep.
So how do we catch bees? Is it honey? Because there
Well,
is
bees,
some here.
bees
It's
make
just a fly.
honey.
Oh.
So
Pollen?
Mal goes and checks out the vent that Joe has brought
Pointed
up. Mal also kind of like stops and looks around the room and squints a little bit and then goes back to this vent trying to like pull stuff away so that they can get to it, just to inspect it and see what's going on. And you do find that there is like the vent itself is oriented in a puzzle manner, not quite with words but with the pieces, and finding things that kind of have to shift and move and click together for stuff to open up, very similarly to the orrery, sans the riddle, which I'm not prepared for today. But with that information, let's hop to Faye. So Faye, you have exited the crack in this window. You're free of your friends to go and find this foxy stranger. The puns hurt me sometimes.
I deal myself 5 psychic damage.
So
I'm gonna fly as a bee for a little bit until I'm sort of, I don't know, round a corner or 2 blocks away, and then I'm gonna turn back into my more human form.
So there are a couple things that I want to point out about the forest. The forest is all manner of both like, I don't know if you know when lightning strikes trees, sometimes the tree burns white instead of black charcoal. There's a mix of both white dead trees and black dead trees, and each of these trees have a knot in them. But the knot seems to be the darkest place in the tree. And there is no life in this area. I see those faces, Hannah.
Anna, who has read the story.
You do come across a kind of like the front openings of like a chapel courtyard, and you can see the ruins of a chapel ahead of you. Can you roll sharp for me?
Yes. Now, do I have disadvantage on this? Did I hear
Yes,
correctly?
Yeah.
you do.
So do I roll twice?
Yes.
And then take the worst result.
Yeah. 1,
Okay.
2.
Yeah,
Whew.
still a
Not
mixed
too bad.
success.
Not too bad. You have an inkling sensation that you know, as an angel, you know where this chapel is. Like you've seen this before. You might have even seen this recently, but you can't tell where or what. It is just like this nagging sensation that this is painfully familiar.
It's the chapel we saw in like episode 2, is it?
I have the worst poker face.
But I don't know. Okay, Faith
You
doesn't
don't know. But there are ruins past the chapel. There's nothing else remarkably familiar about the world around you except for the chapel itself.
Perhaps a
And-
graveyard?
Does Faye feel like, how do I feel being in the chapel? Do you feel calm?
There's like a sensation of whimsical curiosity.
Okay.
Before you get too far to the chapel doors, your stranger meets you. Shroud in black on black tuxedo with a tall top hat. You cannot see the upper half of his face. You can only see the tight-lipped smile that he has for you. And he offers, like, he doesn't say anything, but he offers his hand to you. Several tails swishing behind him as he does so. There's a sensation of there's more tails than it looks or less tails than it looks, you know, like in old animation where when something moves you get that delayed effect. You kind of have this but in like real time as you're sort of watching this stranger.
Okay.
But he offers his hand to you.
Reach out my.
He gives you
We pause.
with pause.
So I'll pause and then I'll give my.
Okay. So he gives you a nod. He spins you for a moment and he leans in and with a voice that has no right being a voice in any kind of world. He says to you, your gods have called upon you to usher a task. Now your group is looking for a beacon, a torch of some manner. Your gods have asked you to tear that torch down before it is lit. And then he gives, like, he pulls you into like a dancer's position and gives you a very gentle, not very seducingly, but a very gentle dip and lets you spin out again. And when you kind of orient and right yourself, all you see is dark ash kind of blowing across this courtyard.
And he just disappears.
Yep.
Okay. She'll sort of look around for a bit. Try and find him. This is very, she's like, what? Is that it? And she'll look around, try and find him. And then she kicks a tombstone.
Can I have you roll tough? All right. So you're not human enough to totally be wrecked by this tombstone. You put a nice little crack through the tombstone with that pleasant ka-chunk that sort of echoes in that strange silence that graveyards could have, even though you are not standing in a graveyard. And Uh, but you do take 1 harm because your toes are now bruised. Do you turn back to return to your people?
I'll use angel wings to get back to where I was.
So you may get back to where you were, and the window that you had crawled out of as a bee is gone.
So the window's gone. Am I outside or inside the tavern?
You are outside of the tavern. You are no longer in the town. You are still in the woods, the burnt woods.
But the wall is still there. The wall of the tavern.
Nope, it's all gone.
Oh,
We'll address
I
that
realize
next
she made a
session.
big mistake.
All right, so let's get back to our friends in the tavern that haven't separated themselves.
We'll be back any minute, you guys. It's gonna be fine. You know, he's a grown angel, super powerful. She can take care of herself. We don't need to do anything to help. You know, it's all gonna be fine.
It's all gonna be fine. It's all
Yep.
gonna be fine. When
Just
you
gonna be
go
ready.
to,
So,
sorry,
most
go on.
important thing, don't split the party. I'm gonna go
Okay.
outside by myself.
split the
All
party.
right,
Do whatever you
that-
want.
That seems
Wait,
bad.
Bear, do you go outside?
No,
I think she's just mocking.
Okay.
Faye.
Okay.
I was just teasing Faye.
Do
Okay.
they see me?
Nope, they can't see you. Actually,
Do
so
I see them?
nope, you can't see them.
Oh no.
You have been completely cut off for a moment.
Should we start on the puzzle? And by we, I mean Joe.
What's going on? Yes.
So you guys have kind of turned your attention to this vent for a moment. When you look back at the window, you see what Mao saw, which is a brick wall.
Huh.
Oh no.
So you have 2 options, which is figure out the vent puzzle, which is going to be an ongoing trope for me in all future games. Thanks a lot. Or go out into the fog town.
Well, I hate Fogtown. I'm not a huge fan of vents, but I do like puzzle.
I definitely don't want you to take me to Foggy Town. So Vent is Vent sounds great.
Okay. So, Joe, you sit down to start working out this puzzle. Can I have you roll sharp?
Please, Joe.
I'm just gonna watch her work.
Joe!
Okay.
May I have a D6?
Yeah.
If you'd like.
If everyone's okay with that.
I
Angry
feel
about
like
puzzle?
I'm really bad at using these crits.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have
And
to
use
think
them in
about that
different ways. I
one.
guess.
Excellent. I feel like me having crits should be used against you in some manner, and I don't know how to do that.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a crit. You can just have something else bad happen.
Okay, all right. Then I
think. Like
I'm
it's
gonna
just
think
a
about that.
general vibe of badness.
Yeah, because Yaz, you don't really roll much, do you?
No,
Except for
I
for
don't
Mao.
roll very much, and I don't feel like Mao counts.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the past for Monster of the Week with crits, we've basically just done like you can just make something automatically succeed for the bad guys or automatically fail for the players with a crit. if you
Okay,
want to.
cool. I will keep that in mind.
Excellent.
So
One more thing. With
Yeah.
other games where I have NPCs, I usually, as a GM, I'll use them for to make an NPC automatically succeed at something too, just as
Oh,
another
cool.
option.
okay, I like Mao failing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fun.
Like Daisy with the segue.
Yeah, stuff like that. But use them however you would like. They are yours to throw wherever you want.
I had an ADHD thought about segues, but I'll segue into that later. So Joe, you're sitting at this puzzle. You've moved a couple of pieces around, and unfortunately, it's really stumped you. like you almost feel like you've gotten some of those pieces locked up.
Like with my extra.
Oh, sorry,
That's an
I
11.
forgot about the extra dice.
I was like, no, that's why I used it.
I apologize. The coffee is no longer aiding me today.
I don't know how to continue. That's because you're already done. Oh, well,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Oh.
So you get a little bit like there's like a little bit of like a hiccup as you're figuring it out, but eventually those pieces you realize are to paint a picture. It's a picture that you've seen in the other puzzles, which usually has like a knotwork of snakes and dancing foxes coming together. And you recognize the iconography well enough that you can then slide those pieces together to match, such as the door that you came across in the very first or second episode. And it clicks and opens, and this vent sort of first like turns into like, like a standard vent cover, and then the like the shades going across the vent kind of flip and then opens, and it leads you into another room very very similar to uh just complete darkness with a spotlight at the end of it.
I mean, we can't go in. We gotta wait for Faye.
The window's gone.
It's all brick now outside.
I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of beastie that can eat through brick. Like a brick beetle. I don't know.
Mayor?
I don't know.
Like, I don't want to leave.
Because I don't want to leave Faye either, but I don't see a way to find her. There's a brick wall in the window, and outside is the fog, and we barely escaped that the last time.
Well, the vents haven't led us astray yet.
Oh yeah, no, they've led us to great places. We
Mal
Um,
makes it like kind of face like
Yeah, but a vent also got us out of that. Listen, I don't
Also-
like vents, but
You know how they have
Um,
snakes on them? Ever since the whole thing with Asher, like snakes remind me of that weird snake lady, and I don't know if that's what's supposed to be, but I don't want to go back there. Right? I
is
don't wanna-
the
me.
is the like psychic connection radio thing still working? Can we talk to Faye?
Oh yeah.
oh,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Beepity
Yes, it would still be working.
Okay.
like, oh yeah, we still have that.
Then yeah, Mayor's gonna be like, Faye, where are you?
Where'd you go?
Hello.
Hi.
The window's gone.
Are you outside?
Yeah.
I stick my hand through the wall. Can you see my hand?
Is it like? Is it like
Okay.
this?
Well, because the building's gone, right?
I'm like, oh,
Well, everything's gone. It's almost like you're in two different places now. Faye would not be able to see the hand waving through the wall.
Yeah, I pull my hand back. Do I still have a hand, or did I just vaporize
No,
it?
you have a hand still for now.
So,
where are you?
I mean,
In
we're
the
still at
bar?
We're waiting for you.
How are you not in the bar?
I came back. Did you leave me?
You left us, dummy.
You came back. That implies you let. Where did you go?
Why did you go? There's a bathroom right here.
Joe's going to roll up her sleeve and go, my watch turned into a door once, and you're wondering how she left?
No, not how. Why?
Oh, no, that's very reasonable. Why did you leave?
Also, where are you?
I thought I saw something.
Like a cookie?
You can
Mm,
tell us stuff.
yeah.
I thought I saw something. It was nothing.
And
I hurt
what
my
was the
foot.
thing that you saw? You know,
Just
You is your foot okay? Can you walk on it?
yes. Just throbs.
Okay, that's good to know. Angel feet do that. Um, what do you
Why
see?
can't I see you?
what do you see?
Because this place is weird and keeps trying to torture us, probably.
Are you even in the town still?
Just it's all woods now.
All right. Well, there's no woods where we are, so is this another one of them phased things where you're in a different, vibrational capacity? What's it?
But
It
we were
does
at least
not
in the
feel
same
that way.
we were at least in the same place. So she's in a completely different area.
I'll find
She's
you.
down the vent.
As she says, I'll find you. I'll get that bowl, that ceremonial bowl thing out.
Ah, yes, the soup bowl.
Time to go
We
bowling.
love
Mercury
soup
soup bowl.
bowl. We never did get to go back to soup bowl puzzle.
So I'll get my bowl out and talk to the boss and be like, "Where are they?"
Boss,
What is
someone
this?
said that you want me to do this. Is this true?
Um, so you pull out, do you pour the mercury into the bowl like you did last time?
Um, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you pull the mercury in and you ask this question, and what you see, you are able to see them standing in the tavern looking at this um the vent that they're looking at. And then you see it kind of melds and changes. And you see, very similar to the brazier that you found in the middle of the woods after the beasts were chasing you. But you see this one instead is sitting next to palm trees on a beach, surrounding a very beautiful twilight lit pool of water in the middle of a desert. Um, and what you get from it is like you see fissures begin running up the side of this, and your image shakes and breaks into glass, and those glass pieces then melt back into your mercury, and with that we'll end our session.
Oh,
Curses.
Oh my!
I wanted to do
Ah,
the thing. Damn it!
No.
Sorry. I am writing this part down though, so I don't forget it. And Anina, I hope you don't mind that I'm going to message you
That's fine.
about your humanity and kind of readdress that for next session.
That's
Get a
fine.
chapstick and Among Us
Mm.
joke about venting, but okay.
I asked if we were the traitors earlier.
I saw
but
that.
we're the imposters, so that doesn't work. 'cause, like, is that
I-
what you have favorite?
I can't remember what words are.
Towards the words.
Damn it! It was
But yeah.
imposter. Now I feel dumb.
Wow.
You good?
Oh, you're good. That was really good. We're gonna go
Ooh.
on a raid here in just a minute, but before we do, we're gonna let everybody say what their favorite part was and where we can find them. Anything else they'd like to share or plug, and then also whatever you would like the raid cry to be, feel free to throw suggestions into chat. And we're gonna start with Yaz. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you'd like to share or plug?
I had various favorite parts as usual. Joe absolutely losing her shit to fear. It's just a delight of mine. Paladin risking it all. And being able to walk through the labyrinth and explore a little bit about Mao. That was really fun for me. Faye, of course, making terrible decisions. This is great. Yes. And Mare's just slow but very interesting changes to personality as we get to know her. I think Mara's a delight, and I love her so
Thank
much.
you.
You can find me next here on Wednesday or streaming on my own profile, Bodelia. Or you can find me anywhere else via this handy dandy link I'm posting in chat. So if you're interested in anything that I do, check out that link and stuff. But yeah, that's I believe that's it. Oh, next Wednesday. You can find me here on next Wednesday playing Bambi Darling. That's what I had meant to finish saying.
Awesome. Next we've got Hannah. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you and anything you'd like to share or plug?
I feel like it's a bit of a tie between I really loved Faye just turning into a bee and leaving. She's like, no one's looking. Here we go. But I also really loved Mare and Joe excitedly doing some working together on making something for Mao. It was really nice. You guys can find me next tomorrow, Saturday at the noon Mountain Time slot again for Time Travelers, where I play Elizabeth, who is a magic lady and time shenanigans, and everything's fine. It's
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Next we've got Anina. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug?
Ooh, I really liked Mayor's idea of the crown. The crown thing was really cool. Telepathic crown. That was nice and juicy. I enjoy Faye's bad decisions as well. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of fun.
they're great.
Being a bee and just going. Well, yeah, just exploring.
but
being
he's
a bit more human
hot.
is a lot of fun. And yeah, just being a bit very emotionally naive, being like, they're ignoring me. I'd go now. You can find me on YouTube. I've got all my stuff there, comedy sketches, some dark drama as well, if you like the dark stuff. I'm gonna add the link into the chat. My YouTube channel is called The Awkward Actress, and I'm back here next Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Next Friday at the same
Friday.
time. Yeah, I was gonna have a one shot on Wednesday. That's what I was thinking of, but it's been postponed. Hopefully soon I can share that with the audience as well.
All right. Yeah, now all I can think about is like at some point in the future, Mare being like, "Yeah, don't tell Faye to buzz off because she'll take you literally and literally turn into a bee and go away." I loved that whole thing. That was great. Paladin, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything else that you would like to share?
Two things I really enjoyed was Faye's "That's it" about her romantic tryst, right? Because I think we were all like on her level there. That was a great moment, and I really liked how Joe did the bandaging of Mao. I felt that was really well. I liked that. That was good stuff. It was very thoughtful, and you could really see the emotion there, I thought.
Oh, yay.
And I like everything I did because I have lots of fun in this game. I think it shows. Okay, where can you find me next? Tomorrow over on Chromatic Chimera. I play a mercenary called Smiley Hawthorne. We are on a shuttle escaping a blown up freighter type thing, and there's another enemy pirate ship right outside, so that's gonna suck. Bad luck is what I'm known for. And we have another player coming in, and hopefully they know how to fly a spaceship because none of us do. Yay. Sundays, I'll play Holt, the pirate paladin who tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. and we've got our friends out. Now we're heading back to the ship, which no doubt has befallen some horrible fate while we were away. Guess we'll see how that goes. And then Tuesdays, I play Dom Rain, the Gethzerai noble fighter. We had a weird session where we, instead of moving the story forward, we had because there was some player sick, so our three of the cast just sat around and made an NPC together by telling stories about how we interacted with that NPC back in town at the start of the season, which is really fun. We rolled a d20 to see what level they would be, and it was a 19. So this is a powerful person that we now know. Very fun. And yeah, no idea how that's going to go. And that's me.
Awesome. My favorite part. It's hard to pick a favorite part because the whole thing was so good. Um, I really enjoyed like Tom trying to help Mao, and really loved like all of us being like, was that the right thing to do? Now I'm not so sure. I'm very worried. um, there was definitely that moment of like, that seemed like the right thing to do, but I'm not sure. And oh no, what if we fucked up? Which thankfully we
Yeah.
didn't.
The whole, I'm just going to pull off the bandage, and then you rip off half her skin. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, oops. So yeah, I enjoyed all the interactions around Mao and seeing a little tiny glimpse at their backstory a bit. Um, I'm really interested to see what new stuff happens there. Uh, I also very much enjoy Faye's bad decisions. As much as Mare is very upset about it, I find it delightful. um, and it was really fun to see Mare and Joe interacting more this episode too, because they don't really have a reason to interact a lot most of the time. So this was kind of cool. We get to collaborate on something.
I feel like our relationship was like cool respect. We're just like, yeah, you are also a kind of chill, level-headed person, so nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all level-headed people.
It's like the introvert sort of thing where it's just like, I would be comfortable hanging out in a room with you and not talking.
Same.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to talk to you, but you can share my space and I'm happy with that. That's Mare with that's about as friendly as Mare usually gets, so that's saying something. Yeah. Mare's growing and coming out of her shell, and I really like that.
It's really cool to see.
Yeah, because she normally does the thing that I can very much relate to. Her just like, everybody hates me, so I'm just not gonna talk to anybody. Even though that's totally not true. So yeah, I think those were my favorite parts. But the whole thing was great. Um, where you can find me next, I just found out while we were in stream, we're not going to have In the Mouth of the Beast Below tonight. Unfortunately, our GM Leland got hit pretty hard by the just depresso bug. And also I got about 4 hours of sleep last night, so we talked up like, yeah, I'm totally fine just skipping tonight because he and I are both exhausted, so we're gonna skip this week. So the next time you can find me will be I'll be producing Time Travelers tomorrow at noon. So this same time slot tomorrow. So you won't really see me, but I'll be there in the background making all the things work.
Like
and
a
then I'll
ghostly
also
puppet master.
yeah. Pay no attention to the lady behind the curtain. And then I'll be back again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for Animus Absentus, which we're getting into such good stuff.
You're in the middle of a heist, right?
Yep, a bank heist. And I had a
It's a
random roll
good
happen.
show.
I love it. I had a random roll happen at the end, and I didn't tell the players what the roll was for, so they're gonna find out tomorrow, and it's gonna be great. um, So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a great cast over there. It's a whole lot of fun. Um, and yeah, that's it for where you can find me this week. Other things to share or plug. We've got sponsors, which I'm going to throw into chat here. Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. And yes, that link's working now. So with Fundamental RPG, that's what Animus runs on. It's my own tabletop system that officially released a couple of weeks ago after being in development for about a year. Um, and you can grab the PDF copy or a physical copy. Both links are there in chat. If you are watching this somewhere else later and can't see chat, then you can find it at coffee.com/raven/shop. So just like it says at the bottom of the screen, just add /shop to the end of that for the PDF version. And then if you want a print copy, just go to Amazon and look up Fundamental RPG or Raven Evermore, and it should pop up. And then Intrepid is adventuring gear for real life. So if you like outdoor, athletic, or casual wear, or some accessories with like a tabletop or adventure kind of theme to them, you can find that at the same place at coffee.com/raven/shop. It's really cool stuff. I think that's everything to cover, so we're going to go on a raid. We got our raid cry, which you can copy right out of chat, which is panic at the distjo. And we're going to go raid Tabletop Horde. She's fantastic. She actually did the formatting for Fundamental RPG as well. Just a little known fact there. Fantastic person and really cool streamer. She does a lot of video games and some tabletop stuff as well. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.